Well, we're trying something new. We're going to do a podcast while we work. I got Kelly, the Downeast Cowboy here from Maine, came down to go crabbing with us.
It's a long commute.
Took him a little while. He actually went out with Luke yesterday and survived. He didn't catch many crabs, but hey, it's Luke, you know what I mean? We're going to fish this row, see what we catch. Maybe we'll catch something cool, maybe we won't. He can give you a little commentary, let you know what he thinks about crabbing in Maryland, hun.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
So we're down here below the bridge today fishing a lot of crabs. We're seeing tons and tons of crabs, but they are not going in a crate or a basket or anywhere. A lot of small and squeezy crabs. The bigger lights we can keep and sell. 4th of July weekend coming up here. Ain't gonna be a crab left in Maryland after July 4th.
The old Crosby cooker. A little bit of Maine and Maryland.
Kelly was kind enough to bring us down some Jonah crabs, some pinky toe crabs to try. We're gonna do a little taste test. I got a Maryland treat. I'm gonna let him try, see what he thinks of that. I haven't told him what it is yet, although it's in my bag so you can see it. It's not really hidden.
I don't know if I should be nervous now.
Some good pots, half a dozen, 8, 9 crabs in a pot, but 7 or 8 of them go overboard. So where are you from in Maine?
I am from Columbia Falls, Maine, up near Jonesport, Washington County. Sunrise State. We're the first to hail the rising sun every day when it hits the United States.
Hey, there you go. I didn't realize that. The rising, okay, cool. Okay. But you're the farthest east, right? Maine sticks out the farthest east.
Yeah, farthest east. Move back is the easternmost point of the United States. It's about like 30 minutes from my house.
Sun rises in the east, right?
And I think it sets in the south, I think, right?
So what do you think about crabbing? How does it vary from lobstering?
There's a lot of different aspects. One, it's backbreaking work no matter what you're doing. The principle is similar, but really different at the same time. Your pots are way lighter than our traps, but how you get the crabs out, I think, involves a lot of work compared to us getting the lobsters out. They both want to pinch you. I didn't think I'd be dipping traps, pots. It's not my favorite thing to do in the world, but here we stand, so.
Let it be noted that I did not make him work today. He's choosing to work. Just like all of us, he's a glutton for punishment. When I go lobstering, which I'm going to sooner or later, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just going to watch.
Showed up with a slippers on. He wasn't scared.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty cool you got this cooker. I mean, that's from my neck of the woods. Makes me feel at home.
Minus the heat and humidity, right?
Yeah, the humidity is, I give it to you guys, you know.
I was going to put a long sleeve shirt on. He's over here sweating to death.
I brought shorts, you know, but I packed up, put in sweatshirts, you know, all this stuff. My wife said, you might want to bring some shorts for this. It's probably going to be hot.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful spring here. Like a lot of days in the 70s and 80s, lower humidity, relative. But it's all relative. It's all relative. What's that? No, it was, I think we started in May this year. Right there around Mother's Day. I think we were in before Mother's Day. So how does the rock of the boat differ between swells and chop? We call this chop here because it's tight. Do you guys get more chop inshore fishing lobsters, or do you get more like ocean swells? Actually,
you know, it all varies. You know, we fish from the from a river to the 3 mile line, so it all depends on where we are. I mean, we get these big swells. We don't get quite this chop like you guys get, but I mean, we still get it. Definitely feel a lot more rocking back and forth.
Yeah, you're constantly getting shook up here as opposed to just rolling with it.
Right.
Have you gotten any jellyfish on you yet?
Yesterday I did, and that stinks, no joke.
Is it the stinging, the burning, or the itching that's the worst?
I think the burning of it, I don't know.
Jellyfish, the sea nettles are definitely not fun, not fun.
How many pots are you guys fishing a day?
In a day, around 220, 240. So you can fish up to 800 traps. That's what a license holder can hold.
Process of working lobster versus crab.
But you guys go through a lot more gear than we do, that's for sure. But
You guys probably work a longer day too, right? Because here in Maryland, we're only allowed 8 hours work, so.
we go about the same time. We leave about 5:36. We go to about 2. Sometimes we'll go about 3. You know, but where you guys are more like steady pace, constantly working over and over and over. There's very little downtime in between. We're always riding to the next buoy, always riding the next trap over and over. So we spend a lot of time driving forward. And depending on the tide, depends on which direction we got to face to haul those, you know. So if you're going against the tide, you're constantly moving around on every trap. Kills a lot of the day. You can, but like, we do it a little bit of every different way. Just, it all depends on where you are, you know. Ledges, stuff like that. We fish really tight around the shores, the rocks and stuff like that. We fish singles, pairs, a couple triples. You know, we're inside guys. These guys that are outside, they fish 20 trap trawls. It's more kind of a similar operation to this, where pull up the one buoy, start pulling them up, stack them, set them back. Say it again. All depends. Like when we're fishing tight inside, I mean, we're going 10 to, 30, 40 feet, you know, maybe on some of them. Some of them, there's a little more of a jaunt, depending on the depth of the water you're fishing. Usually spread out a little bit farther. It's a lot of gear you're working around. A lot of buoys, especially when shutters hit. There's a lot of gear in the water, a lot of buoys, a lot of stuff you got to navigate around. I mean, we all got cages on our boat, so we don't have to worry about getting rope caught in the wheel. But
You think there's a lot of gear in the water here?
looking out here, I would say like this would be like a bad fishing is what I'd say, because there's not enough buoys in my eyes. But
Looks like bad fishing because there's not a lot of gear, huh?
not a lot of gear.
So are you fishing one pot for one trap, or are you fishing multiple traps on one
It
buoy?
can be anywhere from a single to a pair to triples, all dependent. But so like when we're real tight inside, we have some singles we do. It takes a lot longer to get through that gear.
Yeah.
Pairs is what we generally fish. That's what most of the guys around us fish.
Okay. So two traps to one buoy.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing here. Like there's pots all over the place, but because it's a buoy on each end for 25 pots, you gotta think about all the traps everywhere spread out. Although there's not as much gear as it used to be. I mean,
Now,
there's
like
definitely
offshore,
less
outside
guys.
the 3 mile line, it's more similar to this kind of fishing. You have rows of buoy on this end, buoy on that end, so you know where they are. It's just in your mind, you don't see the vast buoys. When it's like you can just walk buoy to buoy from shore to shore.
What's the craziest lobster you ever caught?
I've got a blue lobster, I've got a calico lobster, tons of oversized lobsters. You know, those big lobsters that are oversized, I mean, they're too cool to see. To know how old they are, who really truly knows, but when you catch a blue lobster, it makes you smile. You can take a picture, upload it to Instagram, tell all your friends, call your grandmother up, tell them, you know.
Yeah, the cool part with them big lobsters is your grandfather might have caught it, right, and let it go.
Some of those, yeah. I mean, that's the big joke. Oh, my grandfather caught that and let that go back in the day.
Lobster and super sustainable fishery. They have limited sizes, limited number of traps. Definitely a great fishery to support. Buy lobster, Maine lobster. It's definitely up there. If you've heard anything negative about it, then just see who won the court case, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're just like us, having to fight for everything they got and dealing with a lot of misinformation, false information.
One thing I'll say, CJ, is I stopped over on my way over to the Watermen's Memorial over in Kent Island.
Yep.
And, you know, I mean, we have the same kind of scenario in Maine, Massachusetts, all over New England, but at the end of the day, it's the seafood you're catching is more than market price. It's someone's life, their blood, sweat, and tears, that things can go south. You know, there's a lot of stuff behind this, you know, getting caught in lines. There's a lot of work, a lot of, you can't just think about it, you gotta do it as you think about it. It's a different lifestyle.
You gotta like the work, right? Like I always say, get to work.
Gotta love it, and that's the thing. So you say get to work, I say get at it.
Get at it. I like that. Get at it. Because that's wicked awesome. I like that saying.
Wicked.
That saying is wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome. But no, Maine's a wicked good time. It's beautiful up there. Love being on the ocean. A lot of similarities right here.
We're the last frontier, right? The last of the free men.
It's untouched where we live, man. It's so much unknown about the ocean.
I think it's funny, we got a space force. We can't even go down and find a submarine.
Yeah, it's true.
You know more about space than you do the bottom of our ocean floor.
That's true, 100%. Although, depending on who you believe, they may or may not have known that sub was there earlier than they let it out. So we don't want to get political or anything, but
Just hold it. Yeah. Holding this out for you. That's what they told me to do. Last pot.
So there you have it, 25 pots on Chesapeake Bay with the Downeast Cowboy. Make sure you check them out on all the medias. Trying something new, do a little podcast-esque theme, but you know, it's not like a, what are they, like an hour long usually?
Most of them, yeah.
This is over pretty quick, so it's definitely good.
No, thanks for the opportunity, CJ. I appreciate doing this. It's a
Here,
great opportunity.
We'll shake the gloves on. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like and subscribe and get to work!
That's right.
And get at it.
Get at it.